Alright, I'm just getting my settings going to make sure everything is going. Alright, I gotta turn the volume down. Alright. Welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. We're going to do a live gameplay streaming of Skylab. Let's go over it a little bit. This is always fun to do because I got a time delay and I want to get on the OBS now so I can do live. Here we go. Williams Skylab, which is a very nice game. It turned out beautiful. It turned out ultra beautiful. Every single one of the inserts you see, like where it's a Space Lab, double bonus, every single insert I had to glue in. I had to take them out, clean that out, and glue them in. I did add a bonus feature in it, which is right here. You can see that bar of lights that's reflecting, which is illuminating the outwall, which is kind of cool. Skylab lettering right here. There's 4 red bulbs behind it because it was flaking. The moon, which is right there, has a slow blinking LED comet bulb in it. That has the fast blinking comet bulb in it. All of these are comet LEDs. Every single bulb in here is comet. There are the retro SMD bullets, and underneath are non-ghosting comet LEDs. All brand new rubbers. Playfield's been stripped down, polished, and waxed, and it's got minor touch-ups basically around every insert to add some black to it to hide the paint wear and make it look, I think, 100% better than what it did. But otherwise, it had underneath the game here, it had a credit button, which has been removed. Hey Bard Dog, what's up? It's got a credit button which has been removed, and it's on free play. So let me see if I can open this up. I have to move you very far back. As you can see, I'm working on other games. Had no key. I had to put a key in it too. The owner has children and children that visit, and I said no, I do not feel comfortable giving you a machine with no lock on it. And then I sent him my Gottlieb preview video where I shocked myself, and he's like, agreed. So I put a lock on it. It's a used lock. I gave it to him for free. Yeah, they can. That's why I say if you cannot see the bulb, go with the clear. If you can see the bulb, go with frosted. You can't go wrong on that. Alright, now it's inside. It's been fully gone through to. Everything in here has been fully gone over. Score motor, I've gone over that I think 3 or 4 times because I kept having minor issues with certain things, and then I found out that the coin relay, which is over here, was magnetized, which is crazy. What this game would do, randomly, it would give you a 10-ball game. Randomly, for no reason, it just, you would start out 10 balls. Because that credit, the coin relay was magnetized, and once it energized, it kind of like gave it an extra magnetic boost where it would hold it in past the one initial rotation of the score motor and essentially make it do a full another rotation and give you a full extra game. So it would reset everything twice on the game. And for the life of me, I could not figure it out what was going wrong, and it drove me nuts. Like I said, I went through the score motor several times. I looked at everything in the back of it. I made sure they were tightened, all aligned, everything. I'm like, there is no reason why this game should give a double credit game where you're getting 10 balls. And I couldn't figure it out. I went through everything and everything and everything and everything. Finally, I started just going through the relays and, seeing how they were opening and closing. And then I opened them up a little bit more, closed them up a little bit more. And the coin relay, I noticed it had a little stick to it. And I'm like, it's got a little extra stick. So I pulled the board out and I took the out-hole relay completely apart. I took the leaves off of it so they weren't influencing anything. And the arm was actually sticking to the coil. It was just sticking to it. So I'm like, oh, we got it magnetized. So my fix for that was I found another coil, but my other used coil was magnetized. I don't have the time to go buy a brand new coil because I want to get this back to the customer next week. So what I did was I have a little Harbor Freight spring kit. I used one of the little Harbor Freight springs on the relay. So it's got a little bit stronger spring on it. It's kind of hard to show you. And then all the leaves that go through the plastic rake, I put a little more pressure on them so they want to stay opened a little bit more. And that gives it enough to defeat the magnetism that is residing in that coil. I know it's just a coil because it's the metal piece. I threw stuff on it, metal stuff like screws, and they would not stick to the metal piece. It's the coil is magnetized. So if you guys get any really weird problems with relays staying engaged too long, check to see if you're magnetized. Check that. It's the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me before. And I hope I never run into that again. But that sucker was magnetized and it drove me crazy. There's one other coil in here I think that is magnetized too. It's giving extra points every now and then. And I'm like, I don't want to charge this guy money for diagnosing. This thing really bothered me. I figured it out. It actually probably took me about 6 hours. And that's 6 free hours he's got out of me, at $40 an hour. So for me to go through this and figure out what all other relays that are doing, it's not really, you're supposed to get 50 points. Sometimes you get 60. Sometimes you get 110. Sometimes you get 200. It's very odd. But anyways, I don't want to charge him diagnosing time for things that are screwed up. This game had mouse piss all over it and mouse crap all over the whole thing. It was just everywhere. So I don't know if any of the wires are compromised or issues, but I got the coin relay fixed, so he always gets a 5-ball game now. But the other little point issue I think he can live with, and I don't know if he wants to spend, he's already got almost 1,000 into this game, so I don't know if he wants to spend another 200 or so for me to diagnose it. I highly doubt it, for me to really get further into the game. This has all been rebuilt, this relay bank right here. Flippers, all brand new. Coil sleeves, coil stops, EOS switches, plunger and link, all brand new. Stepper, how I rebuild my steppers. tear them apart, clean them, put them back together. Everything gets new coil sleeves that can get sleeves. Slingshots rebuilt, pop bumpers fully rebuilt, all that stuff, all rebuilt. Chime box has been rebuilt and polished, so it's got a chrome-like shine to it. Yeah, you know, because I was talking to you about this thing, how it drove me batshit nuts. I didn't know what to do after that. I was gonna blame it all on the mouse pistol that was all over the game, just wreaking havoc with it. But yeah, as you can see, everything on the playfield has been fully gone over. Inside the head, we needed 3 new coil stops for the score reels. They were just totally destroyed. Three, well, they're not new. They're actually really super good used ones that I picked up. They look brand new though, but they're not new. But they might as well be brand new because they look like they're brand new. The ball stepper's been fully rebuilt. The bonus unit's been fully rebuilt. The coin credit unit, I do not rebuild them anymore. One, the game's on free play. It is not needed. 2, the coin door is totally jacked up where most of the pieces for the credit levers are bent off, broke, or destroyed. So what I do is I put a jumper on the top that illuminates the playfield light to tell you that there's credits in the game, and this one bypasses the leaf switch. So the minute you put a coin in the machine, it credits up 1 notch and closes the leaf switch. This wire just mechanically, I guess, closes the leaf switch. I don't like really, a lot of people will bend these or solder the wires together. I put these odd loops on it, so if the guy ever did want to have somebody rebuild the coin door or whatever, he can just cut these 2 and it goes back to factory settings. Jones plugs have been all cleaned and everything. I go through all these, pull them out, retention the plugs, clean them. As you can see, I don't know how good you can see that, but it's got my beautiful job on the score reels. Yeah, you can't really see it. But yeah, those are all rebuilt really nice. I tear them apart completely, clean every little spot on them, do all that. Playfield. Yeah, let's bring you back out. Playfield. Focus. Let's put you down like this then. Okay. I'm trying to watch. I don't know if OBS is going to show me comments. Oh, okay. All right. Playfield. Here we go. 3 brand new lane guides, plastics. The reason why this middle one was broke and it was just being held together by the screw. They all were a really like smoked yellow, and I told them one's broke, but I recommend replacing all 3 because when I put the 2 old ones back on, they're going to be like a manila color compared to the one brand new one, and it's just not going to look pretty. Yes, it's going to be. Oh, here we go. I got them. It's going to look okay, but it's not going to be pretty. As you can see, that is not a good color. It's totally different colored. So I'm like, you can reuse these. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just, it's not going to look as good as it could. And they're only a couple bucks, so why not do it? Pop bumper has been all rebuilt. New bodies, LEDs inside, and new skirts. The rings have been polished. And the rock tumbler, as you can see, those are all warm white frosted bullet retro SMD bulbs. It's got new pinballs inside. It's got a giant new rubber thanks to Dave, because he had one and I needed to order one, and he's just like, take mine. And I'm just going to trade him for one that when I do get it ordered. Everything went through the ultrasonic cleaner. All nice and polished. I really love these change buttons. When you go through the ultrasonic cleaner with them, it just does wonders to them. It strips out all that wax that builds up in these things, and it just makes them beautiful again. Like I said, all these inserts, every single one, were either loose, fell out, or falling out. They all had to be popped back out, glued back in. And Dave, Dave's Arcade, he gave me the a good new glue to use, which I really like. I can't remember the name of it. Something 6000. There goes. E6000. As you can see, I used a lot of this glue on this game. Great glue. The only problem what it does, it will gas out in your basement, and your basement will have an odd smell for a good day or two. A really odd, like a cut PVC pipe smell almost. Your whole basement will have it. That's the big drawback to it. But it's got far more advantages to that glue because it's a thick glue. You can play around with it for a long time. Stuff sticks where you put it. Like these, I had to actually heat them up with my heat gun and flatten them out because they were curved like like a sailboat. So these had to get flattened. I know Dave had to flatten his too because he just worked on a Skylab. Really crazy is we both worked on a Skylab together, which is, I doubt that will ever happen again where Dave and I are both working on the same game together, unless it's actually the exact same game like Solar Fire we worked on together. These have been these nice metal rail ends to the playfield, all polished. All these have been pulled off and polished or sent through the rock tumbler. Brand new flippers, all rubber. But yeah, so there isn't much I could do for the playfield except for I have an acrylic black pen, and then I painted all the circles around Space Lab because that actually made it look so much better. Just went around and do. And then all the inserts that were jacked up. But otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it for the game. But yeah, I think it turned out beautiful. It's got heavy planking. There's nothing I can do about that. What do you do with it? You restore this playfield, add another $200 to $500 on restoring it with a clear to seal all the paintwork, or it's a player. If any of you have played Skylab, this is a player game. I don't know anybody who, my last Skylab, I should take that back, my last Skylab that I had sold, the customer actually sought out a Skylab because he had one as a child, and it meant a lot to him. So, yeah, I guess there are some people that do want, Skylabs, this is a great game if you have more in your collection. I personally really love this game. I could not have this as my only game, but there are a lot of games I do own that I could not have as my only game, and that's why a lot of us pinball collectors have more than one game, because I don't think not one of us that are into pinball could have, say, okay, take away all my games and I'm going to be happy with just this one game. Yeah, it is a great fun challenge. You know, lighting up Skylab, getting your balls across there, and getting your free ball. What I have this game set to, it just gives free balls. You don't need to win credits because it's free. So yeah, you get Sky and Lab, you get your bonuses up, get your Skylab special, get free balls, get your balls across there. Yeah, like I said, I would have one if I had the room. I don't have the room. And my last one I was going to keep, but the guy told me a story about, you know, he had one when he was a kid, and if I ever found another one and there was crayon marks underneath it, he wanted it no matter what. So if you ever see a Skylab anywhere and underneath the game, the cabinet, there's crayon marks all over, like somebody colored it, let me know. Because I know a guy who wants it back. It's probably gone for forever, but you never know. But yeah, this is a great game. It's got a good challenge. This out-hole light, I believe it adds a lot to the game. What was that noise? Oh, it's reminding me in 2 hours I gotta go to Jim's house for pinball. What do we got? Yeah, it is a different version, and I have not played one. I do want to play one, but I've never played the Jubilee. Alright, let's get this thing fired up. It's going to be loud, because I don't have the coin door on, and I don't have the glass on. I'm going to try to get all this in as much as possible. Let me see if you guys can see both through, yeah, you can see the score just enough. I know OBS, I can see a lot more of the score versus the playfield. I mean, top. All right. Like I said, it's going to be loud, no glass. That was another thing I noticed with my other Skylab I rebuilt. You don't hit those side buttons long enough, which I'll show you. If you don't hit these hard enough or long enough, they will turn off the light, but you won't get any points for them. I went through the full adjustments on that other Skylab I had and this one, and they both do the exact same thing. If you don't hit that hard and long enough, it will not get you the points. And if you just flick it, there. So you turned off the Y, but it didn't give you points. And they were both the exact same on both games, which was, I think, is weird. But yeah, you grade them and you don't get nothing. But I've seen it on other EMs with certain things to get points on. I love that rocket in the middle. That was always my favorite thing. But as you can see, it can be dangerous. There was another one where we did a brush on and got no points. I am going to tighten those up a little bit more. There you go. See how the point's stuck like that? Where it gave extra points for the K. It does that on occasion. There's nothing I can do about that. I think this game's got a lot of plays on it. magnetized some things. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? I think it just has a lot to do with age of these EMs, where, you know, stuff isn't just not perfect anymore. Plastic is, you know, wore a little bit. The score motors, the gears are wore a little bit more than they, you know, or should. Relays don't have that hard spring like they used to be. You know, the metal's been flexing like that forever. It's got to get a little bit, you know, sloppier. Even though you can bend them and straighten them up and get them all working perfectly, I think they lose some of their strength after a while, and they just do get floppy, and eventually they will break after a while. But I don't know. It's just, like I said, that last Skylab I had was the same thing. But I am going to tighten these up, because I did open up the gaps pretty far on them, because I was having that weird scoring issue, along with the extra 5 balls. So I was trying to eliminate every little thing I could to remedy it, and I came to the conclusion it's probably some magnetized relay that controls that. It could be the relay bank that's under there, or the 50-point relay, or a combination of a couple things. But I don't want to start charging those guys $40 an hour to diagnose mechanically damaged components on the game. I refurbish the game, I get them up and working, as long as they're not mechanically damaged, because once they're mechanically damaged, that goes beyond of the refurbishing. Like mechanically damages pop bumper bodies. They got to get replaced because they're damaged. Flipper linkage, that's mechanically damaged, so we have to replace them. A burnt out coil is mechanically damaged, you got to replace them. We got magnetized coils. I have to determine what's magnetized, what's not working. That adds extra into the mix. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever had that issue with magnetism. I also did give him a different shooter too. I will show you that. I had a brand new black one. Brand new black one. I thought the black one would match all these spots better, because there are black spots on a cabinet, and be like, hey, this now matches the black spots, which I thought was a really nice accent. So I'm like, I will trade you your chrome one, your nasty looking aluminum one, for a brand new black one. Because I have other games where the aluminum one would look better on it versus a black one. So that was my thinking. It was a win-win for both of us. I get one that will look better on my game that has black on it, and he'll get one that looks better on his game since his is black. And his was really beat up too. We got Space Lab, or Skylab, I should say. Oh, I got 2 of them. Damn it! I went one backwards. I told the guy too. I said, if you see any more videos with Skylab, do not watch them if you want to get spoiled. I said, you're gonna see a final gameplay video. If you don't want to see what it looks like, do not watch them. That's one thing that always drove me crazy about this game, was getting the balls on one side. No! There we go. No, I didn't want that. Now we're over. I just love that double scoring countdown at the end. It is so cool. One more game. It always scares me every time it starts up that we're going to get 10 balls. It's kind of like when something like your car breaks and you fix it, you just have that thing that, did you really fix it every time? And that's what I still got with this. But this game turned out great. It turned out beautiful. Tighten up those side switches, so get better scoring on it. I got it set on 5 balls because he's got kids. And there's an example of that extra point thing. Not just get them on one side, but the left side too. What are you talking about? These switches? Or what? I will wait. I don't want to start and then miss what you were talking about. I don't know. And not just get them the 5 center balls. Yes, exactly. It just, yeah, you end up hitting them over. And you get them all over, and you got one to go, and then all of a sudden you go like that, and you're like, damn it. Now we get 1,000 points per ball, and I got an extra ball out of it. And then it kills it. I notice it keeps it. You'll keep it at 1,000 if I get Skylab special lit. It will hold that, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I love them balls. See what I mean? I believe it's the 50-point relay. I'm probably going to have to go over that thing. It does it randomly, where it doesn't want to do it, and then it does do it. But that's the one thing that drives me nuts. And it's like right over, where is it? Right here. Yes, it's magnetized. Yep, so yes, I am going to have to. No, the other one isn't. Yeah, I can feel it. It's magnetized. So yeah, I will pull the playfield out again. We will put. Yeah, well actually I could probably lift the playfield up. So what I'll end up doing is pull the spring off, put a tighter spring on it, and what do you call it? Let me see. We could probably do this live. Not like a good live tech session, huh? This 50-point relay right here, we got, it's just, I can feel it's magnetized. I can totally feel it's got magnetism to it. So we're unplugged, yes. So what we are going to do is pull off that spring and then put a new spring on it. And that will bypass the magnetism by tricking the machine, well, tricking this relay into feeling that it's not magnetized. Come on, get off there. There we go. Yes, I can feel it. I can feel she's magnetized. Alright. So this is out of a Harbor Freight spring kit. It's a little harder to get on there. Where's my needle nose pliers? Here we go. I had to do this yesterday. So I guess this is going to be another freebie on the game. Put that on there. We gotta get that over the end, which is another fun one. Oh, she's not sticking now. You see what I did? I just took that spring off and I put a different spring on it. What I did on the other relay, where's my adjuster? Here it goes. I also bent the first leaf the other way, but since this is a smaller switch, I don't think it needs that. It's not sticking like it was. If I still got that issue, I'm going to have to pull, I will pull this plate off, take these leaves off, and then sand that plate smooth a little bit. That's what cured it last time with the, what do you call it? So let's see if we got the same sticking issue again. Alright. Tilt out of that. There we go. All right. So let's see if that corrected it. Oh, we're kind of weird. There we go. All right. Fixed. And it's actually scoring 50 points now. Yep. Let's put this on at least. tearing up your hands feel. Come on. You just got to tighten up those switch gaps. So those switches are a little tighter. Let's do that right away too. We can turn into a gameplay and tech stream. So we will take these side covers off. I always like to turn the game off. I know there are some people that like to do this with the game on. I'd rather not. I'm actually going to turn the surge strip off too. And this light's almost dead. So, what is it, 2:30? We got an hour and a half yet. There we go. Now we're going to tighten up these gaps a little bit. Not that much, jeez. And we get, let's give a little bit more. We could do just a little bit. Yeah, like I said, I open up these gaps just to eliminate like vibration issues. That's what I wanted. And that's good. And this one here, I can't really get that off because that one's more of a pain to do. A little bit more. This one was easy to do without the plastic on. And a little bit more. That one's good too. Alright. So put these back on. Alright, have a good day, Bark Dog. Thanks for stopping in. That player unit, look at the leaves and the plastic pieces that are on the leaves. I had that on one where they were missing and it was doing odd things. Or one was broke off or it was something like, anyways, I had to replace one. So yeah, take care, man. Let's get over here. We'll take this plastic off here. Well, I'm glad we got the two issues figured out. This point one really didn't bother me that much for some reason. The 10 ball really did. It really bothered me. It's kind of a useless game to me with doing a 10 ball thing. No, too tight. A little bit more. A little bit more. It's like, nope. Either go too tight or it will work. This one I can see really easy. Yeah, it's too close. . those are good now. Because the extra point thing, it was so odd and random, where a lot of times it didn't. Sometimes, like you saw in that one, where it stuck way too long. But now it can't. If I get that issue, I don't think I will. I will have to pull that relay apart and then bend the sleeves, I mean the leaves. I like keeping my plastics a little bit loose. That way they can roll around. When they get bumped with anything, they can actually move instead of break. All right. Turn you back on. There we go. Game over. All right. Let's see how much better it plays. This should be the last game. Better. I just made these the K, A, Y, and B. The switches a little bit closer, so because we had that point issue, I made them really far apart to eliminate vibration in any mech that was happening. So now I tighten them back up. This is the way when they get hit, they should contact better and do the not brush where it just turns off the light, but it should also turn off the light and or the points. But I needed to have that gap on there before for diagnosis. Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, I just brushed right past them. And we got it. Yeah, we are done. This is 100% working now. Correctly. Yeah, I love it. So that 50-point thing, when I was doing the random thing, it was also turning the score motor. So that's why I believe I was getting odd scoring where it wasn't 50 points, where sometimes it was 60 or 70 points, because it should always be 50, 50, 50, 50. So I think the score motor was cutting it out like partially through the rotation. It was demagnetizing itself where it was unsticking, but that wasn't as bad as the credit relay was. That one was horrible. I actually sent Dave a video of where I had it completely disapart and I put it together. Actually, I can show you guys that. I will have to turn the volume down though, because yeah, but I was saying some colorful stuff in that video. There. See how it's staying? It's not letting go. There, that's how it should be. See? We will play it again from the... See, that's sneaky how that was doing that, wasn't it? And that's exactly what that 50-point relay was doing. So, since I diagnosed one thing, it automatically, it basically told me what to do on another part, which is kind of cool about pinball. One issue can show you exactly how to fix another issue, which is really neat. That's why I love working on these games. That odd stuff you find out. Now I got two people that I have showed this to. You know, when they have an odd issue, check for magnetism. You would never think that would contribute. You would think that that would have enough strength to bypass it. Last ball, double bonus. So now when I drain, that square motor is going to go crazy because everything's going to be worth ×2. Well, I should say the Skylab bonus at the end, Space Lab. This. For good luck. Last game, people. Because now we're not messing with anything. We're just playing it. Yes, I got one of the balls. Oh, and I got one of them backwards. I didn't do anything yet. That can be a killer. You can get it and get yourself a drain right out of it. It's like, do you do it or you just do it on accident? I did it on purpose. I got a drain out of it. Every time you spell Skylab down the side, you extra digit. So yeah, these older games, these things can magnetize themselves over time. Because what you're doing is, if you ever have magnetized anything, you have, no, wrong way. You have used power in a coil wrapped around something, and that's how you magnetize. So yeah, you take like a screwdriver, take a long piece of wire and you wrap it all the way around, and then you have the two ends and you hold them to a battery that will actually magnetize it. A coil is the exact same thing. It is a lug, and then it wraps it completely around the metal, and then it comes out to the other side. So a coil is a magnet, but it's supposed to demagnetize after letting go. For some reason, these two decided to magnetize themselves. As you can see, that issue is no more. Really, I'm impressed. I didn't have to adjust my pop bumpers at all. Normally I gotta tweak them a little bit, but I put them at a setting where I've been like always tweaking it to, and I haven't had it in my last like 3 or 4 games. I've never had to adjust them. They always work great. Flippers will make that noise with the glass off. It's very normal. They all do that. Some do it at a different pitch where you don't hear it. Yes, two more. No! If I loop that around, I get extra ball. As you can see, double bonus is lit. So all this will be times 2. So I got 63. If I can get up to A, I should be able to get 100,000. And then up on a display back glass, 100,000 light will come on. No, we're not getting it. I will show you the 100,000 light. It's right here. No, there it is. Yeah. That's 100,000 light. So the minute you flip this to 99, that will go to 100,000. And while we're here, I want to show you one other thing. We're going to show you how to clean a back glass correctly. Since we're right here and it's got to get done the correct way. This, spraying it on here, is the wrong way. It is totally wrong. If you have to, like I do, because there's stuff here and up here, I recommend taking your towel, putting it underneath, and then spraying. The reason why is what destroys back glasses is when your water or a cleaner runs down and hits this channel and gets locked in that channel. That's what destroys glasses. You're probably wondering what I'm using. This is grade 0000 steel wool. 40 steel wool. 0000. Some call it 4/0. That's what I'm using to clean it. I learned this working at a brand new car dealership. You can use it on glass, but you can't use it on plastic mirrors because it will scratch a plastic mirror. All right. There's gunk on here. I don't know what it is. Let's call it sneeze. That's what it kind of looks like. let's say there was sneeze on this. What I mean is, achoo. That's what I mean. Sneeze. That's what it kind of looked like was on it. Alright. This was wet because I did clean that, so it did go over it. So now I want to do this. Non-ammonia glass cleaner. Spray it on there. Wipe. Why I'm doing it like this, I can feel with my hand now if there's any more sneeze left on the glass. Plus, this is also picking up anything that was left. Now there was writing that was on here that I wanted to get off. I asked the customer if that meant anything to him because I would have not cleaned it then. And he said no. And there's still some dirt that came off there. And then this. I'll give that a light spray. And that will be the final clean. And that's how you properly clean a back glass. You never want to spray it on straight up because you will get this. You know, it's kind of hard to see, but right there, the glass, the paint. There you go. You can see that now? See how it kind of looks like a ant maze? That is the paint delaminating from the glass. Notice it's not up higher. It's down low, and it happens down low. You can see it all the way along the bottom. There's some little form. Yeah, it's mostly all right here. It's delamination from the water leaking down in this metal rail here and damaging the coating. It gets behind there, it gets behind the paint, and it destroys your back glass. So that's why I always say spray it on this and then wipe it off, or if you have to spot clean a spot, take your towel and put it there and then go like that. That way, if it runs down, it's running right into your towel, and then you're already like this, cleaning up the drizzle. Most people, they just go like nuts and spray the hell out of the glass. And as they're wiping it down, this whole channel fills up with your glass cleaner, and you can never dry that out. You know, you think you got the glass is all clean, and you went through and you didn't get all the liquid that's in that channel there. That's how you destroy your back glass, people. So, we all learned something today. I learned another switch was magnetized. We learned how to work on magnetized switches to bypass them mechanically. We mechanically bypassed magnetism by putting a tighter spring on it. The only really way to fix that stock-wise is to replace parts. Put a brand new coil on there. As long as the bracket and everything else wasn't magnetized, we should be okay. But like I did, I put a stronger spring on it to pull back on the magnetism. So the minute that coil does let go of its power, even though it's magnetized a little, that spring has enough power to pull the, what we call it, armature? Whatever the gate for the, we got one here. Did it go on my shirt? There we go. It has enough power to pull this back. So yeah, we were staying like that the whole time, and it should be going like that. So we take this spring and we put a stronger spring on there, not totally strong, but a lot stronger than what it was, and that will spring it back every time. So that's what was happening. Even though the power let the coil go, it was still holding it too long. It wasn't letting it do that. So with a good coil, it should do that every time. Power will pull it in. The minute the power's cut, it should pop right back out. Same as that. Where are all the coils? I probably used them, or they all weren't here. But anyways, yeah. Learn, just replace that spring there, and we'll fire to power magnetism. So I had checked this piece right here, and that was not magnetized on the coin relay, but the coil was actually magnetized, which was crazy. I actually have one. Yeah, we're not going to go through and dig it out. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you saw Skylab and you're like, man, that is a cool game. It is a cool game. Like I said, I'm a pinball collector, so I need a bigger selection of games. For starting out, this is a great game to have in your collection. But with any pinball, even a brand new one, you're going to get bored with it later on, where you don't want to play it as much. I got a brand new Beatles that I don't play. Right behind me is Hot Wheels. I don't play it. You know why? Because I get bored with it. Then I'll play my Space Lab, and my Skylab. My Space Shuttle, which is right there. I'll play my Space Shuttle. I'll play my Flight 2000. I'll play my Gottlieb Victory. I'll play my Williams Cyclone. I'll play my Williams Superstar. I get bored. Sometimes I won't play any of my games. I'll go by Dave's house at Dave's Arcade, and I'll play his games, which usually I do on Friday nights. So I even get bored of his games, because even though somebody has like 45 games up and running, you do get bored with them. So, you know, you got all these games to play. Most of you go like, oh, what? I never get bored. Yeah, you do get bored. So that's why I love going over there, because on Friday nights I usually don't have a choice of what games we're playing, and you end up playing a game for 2 hours straight, which is really cool. You get to learn ins and outs of the game, which is totally awesome. So I learned to appreciate a lot more pinball machines that I never would have wanted to play due to that, and one of them is my last Action Hero that's kind of right over on the side there. I never liked the game. I never wanted to own one, but I got a deal on this one that I couldn't really refuse, and my idea was to fix it and sell it. My wife's idea was to keep it. Dave said I should keep it. So on the next stream we did, I said, let's play Last Action Hero. And after playing Last Action Hero, I am convinced that I am keeping the game, because it is really a fun game. So I say with every machine, do not look at what the theme is. Forget the theme. Just play it. Because there are games that the theme did nothing for me. Did absolutely nothing for me. And it made me never want to play the game. However, the gameplay was phenomenal. Get rid of the theme. Just playing the game was phenomenal. Example was a Gottlieb ice hockey game, a solid state machine. I can't remember Ice Review, or I think it's got the Toronto Maple Leafs on it or something like that. I've seen it before. Never wanted to play it. I'm not into hockey, but it's a pinball machine. You're playing pinball. You are not playing hockey. You're kind of playing hockey a little bit. But I played it. I'm like, I love this machine. I love this machine. So don't worry about the theme. Wipe away this theme. Close your eyes and take away that theme. And just look at parts of the game and see if they look interesting. It really works better at a free play arcade because you're not wasting money. And give it, 3 to 5 plays and just see what it does. Another game too was Flintstones. I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of cool, but yeah, it don't look interesting. Fun as hell game. Totally fun as hell game. There's only been a few games that didn't look interesting to me, and after I played them, I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to play it again. But then there's been other games that are like, I'm thankful that I did get to play this and go through it and learn about it, because now I appreciate the machine. So, thank you, Dave, for making me suffer 2 hours on games. Appreciate almost every single one in your collection. There's still a few that I probably don't need to play again. Which is, which one? Which one don't I like? I don't think I don't like any of them. I think I do like them. But yeah, there's I have my favorites, and then I have my, like, okay, we'll play, But, I still have, even my own collection, I have games that are not totally my favorite. Like, say Gottlieb Victory. Let's use that for example. But the playing of it is the important part. Or Flight 2000. It might not be my favorite game, but the parts of the game make you want to play it. So this rocket assembly that's in the middle, totally it makes the game. Without this rocket here, I don't think this game would be that much fun, because the ball just goes around in a circle. But you got the rocket in here, which makes it a killer game. Yes, it's a great first game to get. And if you have more room to add more to the collection, to own for your only game, you need to love a game a lot to have one. You really need to have one. If you really, 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 really love Skylab, then it's your one game that you could have. I'm a collector, and I can't have one game. I'm sorry, I have 22 right now, and I don't have them all hooked up, but even though I haven't even played some of these games, I still love them. Anyways, thank you all for watching. There will be cool stuff on the bottom of the screen here. Please give me a subscribe, like, drop a comment. And that's about it. Take care, everybody. And thank you for watching. And cool stuff. Thumbs up. Take care. Later.